Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing this Ram 3500 limited long bed that has 35s and a leveling kit. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Karl Malone Dodge Ram here in Heber for giving me some time with this truck. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. So powering this is the new high output Cummins that is a 6.7 liter turbo diesel inline 6 that goes through an 8-speed. It produces 430 horsepower and then 1,075 pound-feet of torque. Now before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now quickly, this is a limited with the Night Edition package, which is a really cool look. It makes the truck look sporty on the outside, but you still get all the luxury on the inside. There is one funny mistake though on this truck. This happens every so often and I just want to show it because it's hilarious. You guys can see we've got the chrome Cummins badge on this side. We already have markings on it. It's going to be replaced. And then you got the actual black badge it's supposed to have on the other side. Factory worker was sleeping when they put this badge on, but yeah, it's kind of a funny setup. Anyways, this has 35s on it and it gives it a really cool stance. They're 35 by 12.5 by 20. You can see we've got the blacked out fuel wheels, and fuel wheels you can get them with pretty aggressive offset, so definitely have a bit of tire poke. And this just has a leveling kit, so it's not lifted or anything. I'll be excited to do a lifted one once we get one of those in. But yeah, with the long bed and everything, it's got a really cool look. And the 35s, I mean, this is like the sizing you need for the new Cummins because it's such a big truck. Now some other items of this truck, this has all of the bed equipment from the factory, and then being a limited, if we actually open up the door here, you've got this super fancy interior, really nice wood trim. Not a fan of this cloth here, but you know, it is what it is. And then of course you got the passenger screen, and then lots of nice trim throughout. Huge infotainment system, camera rear view mirror. We've got a sunroof up top. You can see the nice stitching there. I mean, this is a fully loaded truck, and so you guys might be wondering on the price. And after all options, this one's tickets for $102,155. Now wheels, tires, leveling kit, that's gonna add a little bit to that price. But yeah, over $100,000 for a fully loaded luxury Ram. But the biggest thing is I want to take this out and see how it drives, so let's do that. Something quickly to note, this truck is still being adjusted with the tire and wheel setup. It also hasn't been through detail yet. I have to leave really soon, so they let me do a quick video on the truck. But yeah, this is not done. Just so you guys know. But I figured you guys would still want to see some sort of review on like the first leveled 3500 on 35s. But yeah, they just gotta, we've got to do a couple things. I think they have to adjust the I think they might have to adjust the camber a little bit. There's a couple things. Like whenever you level a truck and put bigger tires on it, there's and they did do an alignment if I remember right when I was talking to them, but just a little bit. And I think they might have to take out some of the plastic liner. I'm trying to remember the things. I have the worst short-term memory right now. Anyways, this actually drives pretty nice. Wow. Yeah, so again, this is a big boy truck, right? And you know, the back end, you do get a little bit of firmness from it, but it's actually not that bad, all things considered. This is a giant truck. It's cool that you got that side camera. That definitely helps out with visibility quite a bit. Man, it is crazy how much traffic there is up here. This used to be like a non-existent place, and now it's like everyone lives up here. Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's smooth. It drives pretty darn well. And that's the thing that's nice about leveling kits versus lifts, is leveling kits you don't concede as much in terms of changing the driving dynamics. You know, typically a vehicle will drive pretty much the same with a leveling kit. It's a little bit of a change. It's not that big of a change. The biggest change I'd say is just the wear and tear on some of the components, because with a leveling kit, especially if you take the vehicle off-road, then yeah, you can definitely, not here, whoops, you can definitely put a little bit more wear and tear on everything. I mean, for example, my I had a 2019 Rebel and I put a leveling kit on that. Didn't do bigger tires, just a leveling kit, just to kind of level out the stance, make it look a little bit more aggressive. And after taking it off-road, my sway bar links completely popped off. And it was just on the front end. The back end was completely fine because the back end didn't do any leveling, just a puck on the front end. So it definitely, it does affect things. And it's usually on-road, it doesn't do as much, right? Over time, yeah, but it's usually off-road, when you take it off-road, that it'll have a bigger impact. This has got great low end. Super smooth. And these tires are pretty aggressive with the tread pattern, and it's not chunking away too much at the road. Like, I feel it a bit, especially turning. It's not bad though. Not as bad as you might think. Yeah, I'd say overall suspension dampening's pretty well dialed in with this, considering what it is and all of that. Yeah, braking's not, it's still spongy like a normal HT truck, but it's not too weird. It is not too weird at all. So yeah, I don't think there's really too much of a downside. I don't think there's really a downside in terms of driving dynamics. It pretty much drives the same once you get everything, you know, fully dialed in. And something to note is this does have a pretty aggressive offset. If you were to do this same setup 35s and you had a much more like, let's say a slight positive offset instead of a negative offset like what this has, then tires would actually, you'd probably even be able to fit 37s maybe without lifting it. Don't quote me on that, but I think there's enough space as long as you're, because whenever you do a negative offset, right, your swing is much bigger, so then you're gonna have to deal with potentially removing pieces and rubbing and this and that. So that is the one downside. And I'm wondering, now that more people kind of know about that, again, YouTube spreads so much information, right? Some of it's good, some of it's bad. You know, let's be honest here. But because there's all that information out there, I'm wondering if we're going to start seeing more and more builds with a slight positive offset just to fit the bigger tires, rather than trying to have the most aggressive stance. And I want to get you guys just one more little acceleration here. I didn't realize the light was going to take 2.5 millennia. But again, this place was not set up to have this many cars. And so you've got like crazy traffic up here, and you have infrastructure and everything that's built for a little farm town. So yeah, it's a cool place though. If it wasn't so expensive, I might consider living up here. But too expensive to own farmland in a place like this. Wow, yeah, this high output, here's the other thing though, is like this high output with the 8-speed, it's got so much power that like 35s, and I bet even 37s, even 40s, this thing's gonna have no trouble moving them. So that's one of the big benefits about this new Cummins with the 8-speed, is it's got so much torque that even if you want to do oversized tires, no problem.